Fuck off, dude. Are we live? Yeah, what the fuck's going on?
I think so. Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome to another week, another podcast, another Suck Everybody's Controller. I'm Ryan McBride.
We're doing it every week now. It's a weekly thing, is it?
Yeah, we're sucking everybody's controller. I'm Ryan McBride, and I'm joined, as always, by Captain Camper, a.k.a. Smith.
Howdy, heroes.
And you're joining the Gamers Heroes podcast about video games. So, before we talk about video games, because we do that a lot, what I like to do, and what we like to do, is we like to talk about what we've done this week.
Indeed we do.
So what did you do this week, Smith?
I had an epic struggle trying to get Final Fantasy 14 for my better half.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I went into game and just picked it straight up on the PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, she actually picked it up for me. And I thought, right, that's it, cool, job done, I'll go home and play that. Went home. Then she realised two of my friends have got it, who she's also quite close with, and she's like, oh, that's it, I want it too. I was like, we're going to have to get it on PC then, because obviously we can't play on two PS3s, we've only got one.
Right.
So, all right then, so we went to game. We went to Tesco's, we went to another Tesco's, we went to Argos, we went to another Argos, we went to Asda, we went to Toys R Us.
Wait. Why are you going? Why don't you just buy it digitally?
Because the official digital sales were closed down by Square Enix when the game couldn't meet the demand at the start of the release. That's why the servers were down and everyone was getting, literally people were queuing up for an hour to get into the game. So the only choice were CD key sites. Now, every CD key site I checked was sold out. Every single one of them, with like a week ETA for their keys. You know, when my girlfriend wants something, if she doesn't get it there and then, she gets very agitated. And my life just isn't worth living. So, you know, I made the mistake of saying, yeah, I'll promise I'll get you the game.
Okay.
Which set me up to fall. So we checked about 12 retail stores. Every store in my town and the town next door that sold any type of CD or media whatsoever we checked. None of them had it. Had to come back home. Saw a post on a forum that a bot had obviously made about a CD key site. Found one. Nobody ever used it. It's got like 3 likes on Facebook. I thought this is dodgy as shit. Paid for it. It's supposed to be instant delivery. 20 minutes later, nothing. So I got a refund through PayPal. Found another dodgy one. Went through that. Got the key. She spent an hour telling me the key wasn't right because she was trying to sign up for an EU account when it was a US key. It ended up translating into about 6.5 hours just trying to get her a PC copy of Final Fantasy 14.
I don't understand why it's digitally. There's no more digital. They didn't sell any more digital stuff.
No, they closed the official digital sales on the official site, and any of the official partners stopped them completely. They were.
What about? Is that not a Steam thing? Can you not get it on Steam?
No, I don't think it's a Steam game, no. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Because that would be really stupid if you looked at Steam and it was there and...
Yeah, well, no, it's not there. I've got to check this now, but I'm pretty damn sure it's not Steam.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not. But, you know, it's been pretty successful. They've broke the world record for the most concurrent users signed in on a MMO game.
Okay.
Previously held by World of Tanks, I believe it was. They're now celebrating 325,000 simultaneous logins.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, no, there's people actually watching this week, so I thought I'd bring it up again.
Okay.
All right. Is there a problem with that?
No, not at all. I mean...
what else did I do this week? I don't think that's probably the most exciting thing I did. That's the highlight of my week is 6 hours running around trying to find a fucking video game.
That's the highlight of your week. There's nothing else that happened.
I went to the fair with my son last night, spent about an hour and a half trying to convince him to go on the ghost train. He wasn't having it. And literally, every time I went near him to talk to him, obviously there's a fairground, there's lots of music and shouting, so I kneeled down and got close to him to talk to him about it. Right. And he ran off screaming, thinking I was just going to grab him and force him on this ghost train. That's how much of a dick he thinks I am.
That's about right.
That was great. I
think your son knows you pretty well.
I'm not going to deny I can be a dick. I think everybody that regulars Gamers Heroes knows I can be a complete dick. But, you know, when it comes to kids, I'm genuinely not that horrible. When it comes to
your kid.
Yeah, other kids, yeah, screw that. But, you know, it's just the last thing I want to do is traumatize my child and make him not trust me for the rest of my life just to get him on a ghost train. But no, and then I went on a waltzer. I don't know if it's basically like teacups, but incredibly fast for adults. I haven't been on this since I was a kid, so I thought, fuck it, I'll go on it now. But trouble is, because I'm taller, your head goes over the height of the cup, basically. So
Right.
Because of the force when you're spinning, your neck is bent over this large lump of plastic. And it just seemed to go on for ages. I come off with massive neck cramp. I was sore everywhere. I felt so old because actually I just got off this ride and my son was like, let's go play this. I was like, Daddy needs a minute. Daddy needs to sit down. I'm 26. I feel like my dad who's 50. You know, it's just no. But yeah, so other than traumatizing my son, getting severe neck cramp and picking up Final Fantasy 14 eventually, that's pretty much the end of my week. What did you get up to?
Well, it's football season.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about football season?
So I've been watching a ton of different football games. I love college football, but I watch randomly. Oh, what's up, Hacky? I watch randomly or regular football as well, like NFL. So that's been fun. Also, now that students are back and football season has started, it's just been a drunk mess. Like it's the stuff that I've seen, and the stuff that I've heard. I don't think I can ever actually get it out of my head ever again.
Well, you work in the kind of area that attracts drunk students.
Right. Well, I've tried to after, 6, almost 7 years now, I thought I had a pretty good not give a shit shell that just surrounds me, that no matter what happens around me, I can just not give a shit. Just yep, that's happening, don't care. Doesn't have to be my problem. But they've pulled it out of me. New things happen all the time that my shell just gets cracked. Let's see. There was a random girl that came in that was pretty drunk, followed by a really hammered dude, right?
Right.
So she comes up to the area where I usually greet people. And I was like, hey, how's it going tonight? Just the two of you, whatever. We can get you seated. And she looks at me. She's got these big, wide eyes, just like, is Shelby here? And Shelby's a friend of mine. And she was like, is Shelby here? And I was like, no, she's not here right now. And then she looks all wide at me. And she's like, will you just nod your head yes? And then tell me to come into the back room. And then my shell just shattered. It was just like, what do you want? And then I go, and then I do it because I'm a people pleaser. That's what I do. I like to please people, and I nod my head yes. And I was like, yeah, she's back there. Why don't you come back and see her or something? And then she goes, and then she turns to the guy who's standing literally half a foot behind her. So he's heard everything that has happened in this whole section. And she goes, I'm going to go back and see my friend. I'll see you later. So at this point, I realize, oh, this is just a drunk dude following this girl around or something.
Yes.
And that she's just trying to get away from him. And I wish that I would have picked up on it quicker. But she says that, and he goes, all right. And then they just start sucking face. Just
really. The images that conjured is just unhealthy.
And then, so they're doing that, and then they stop, and then he takes her hand and kisses her hand all drunkenly, just and then and she's like, oh, thank you, and then he stumbles out, and she turns to me and she's like, I just made out with a random dude. I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I guess if that's what you wanted out of that situation, I guess that's all right. I would have been horrified, but that's just me.
I don't get off with random people personally.
Yeah.
I have been known to follow people around when I'm drunk. I just random people. They'll tell me, you followed me. I just smile at them softly, just wait to see their fucking freak response. It's good fun.
When you come to America,
yeah, I'm gonna show you guys in trouble. You don't understand.
I'm just gonna have to put on my big boy pants and just lead you around. Just be like, no, come on this way.
Yeah, I usually need a couple of those guys around.
Stay away from that, dude.
So other than the blatant sexual assault in front of you, is anything else exciting happened this week?
I got new wine glasses.
Notice the key word in that last sentence was exciting. Anything else exciting happened?
I'm pretty excited about it, dude, because I do
That's not a wine glass.
Yes,
There's no
it is.
leg on it.
No, it's stemless wine glass, dude. Look,
No, you don't get a stemless wine glass. It's just a cup.
No, dude. Stemmed wine glasses are pretentious.
What?
They're all like, hey, look at me, I got a stem and I can put a little jewel on it.
There's no jewels on it.
You know, people put the stupid party, like the little decoration things on them when people have parties.
No, I've never seen that.
You've
what
never
you're
seen
there
it?
is not a wine glass.
Yes, it is. It is a
Right.
stemless.
I'm going to Google wine glass, yeah, and if one of those without a stem isn't there on the first page, it doesn't count.
Stemless, lead-free crystal, which I thought was funny because I don't think anybody sells lead-filled crystal. But it said that on the box.
I'll let you off. There is one image of a stemless fucking wine glass on Google's image search.
All right. Lead-free European crystal.
European crystal. That's supposed to be exotic, is it?
I guess. I don't know.
Nice.
It was the cheapest set of 4 they had at the store.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why it's European crystal. See, we get American crystal, and it's 10 times more expensive than ours.
Yeah, because we have to pay people.
Should we move on after the extremely exciting wine glass story?
What else? Yeah, I mean, we can move on. We can move on.
You can't top the story about the wine glasses, so there's not much point in trying, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's just so fucking exciting.
I know, right? And you're drinking wine as well, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
On a Sunday.
So?
Well, you're so cultured.
Football
season just started. I'm sitting here on a Sunday evening sipping wine with a small pinky lift. Down it. Down it, fucker.
No, why? No, then I gotta go get more, and then I can't be right here.
Because that's what men do with booze. They just down it.
No, I don't like doing that. I like to enjoy. I like to enjoy my alcohol. This quality $4 a bottle wine.
$4 a bottle. That's cheap as shit.
I know.
Fuck, that's like £2.
Yeah.
That's 5 bottles for a tenner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a really big crate of emptiness when I come over there, so I can bring all that shit back.
Yeah. No, it's not good. You don't want.
I don't care, dude. Wine for that much money. That's fucking happy days.
Yeah. So we can move on to what we've been playing.
Every episode, that section gets a little bit more retarded.
The what we've been playing section.
There you go. For those of you that can't understand Ryan's
we've been playing.
Yes, what we've been playing. What have you been playing, Ryan? Let's talk about fucking Hearthstone.
Let's talk about fucking Hearthstone, dude. Hearthstone is... What?
Just go. Go on.
Okay. Hearthstone is something that I've been bugging Captain Camper about for quite a while. Yeah, I've been watching streams, and I might do a stream of it tonight because it's fun to... It's fun to play, and it's easy to talk and just mess around while you're playing it. Yes, Hearthstone.
No. He didn't say Hearthstone. What he said was, fuck Hearthstone.
No.
That's the way it started.
No.
Unless he's correct in the way you said it.
Maybe.
No, I think that definitely says fuck Hearthstone. I'm going with that.
Well, I don't know. But if you have Hearthstone, let me know, because we should friend request and play some, because...
We should friend request.
Yeah, no, Hacky is one of the guys from Raptor. He's a engineer of some sort.
Oh, this is not a total stranger asking to friend, because that could freak me out.
Yeah, no, I was. He was in our apartment during E3.
Oh, nice. Oh, yes, I remember seeing the guy in the background saying, "Who the hell was that?"
Yeah. No, he's a really good guy. So Hearthstone, it's a card game. Kind of like Magic. I guess that's the easy one to compare it to. Though there is a lot of differences. And it's called Heroes of Warcraft because it's using Warcraft characters. Or World of Warcraft characters, whatever. I'm not a huge Warcraft guy. I played World of Warcraft for like maybe 3 or 4 months. I played Warcraft 3 quite a bit and Warcraft 2 a little bit. And I don't know a whole lot about the lore, but I still really like this card game.
What's special about it?
So there's nothing. I mean, it's really easy. There's nothing really special about it. I mean, it's going to be free to play. It's in closed beta. It's supposed to be an open beta very soon here. But basically, you get a deck of 30 cards. You get to build your deck, and it's based around It's based around. All right, I will do that, Hacky. It's based around. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh,
so he was actually correcting you there when you mispronunciated it. He wasn't agreeing with me. Oh, that's
right. So you have your like 9 different heroes, like rogue, shaman, priest, like just like you do in World of Warcraft, and they have different cards and different class specific cards that you can pick from, and then there's also a pool of common cards that you can use. The way that you play cards is you use a mana crystal, and you gain 1 mana crystal per turn, up to 10. So you start with 1 mana crystal, then you get 2 the next turn, then you get 3 the next turn, all the way up till 10. So it's a little bit different from Magic, because Magic you have to play mana cards, basically. You have to play land, you have to play that kind of stuff to play cards. And it's just turn-based, and there's a ton of strategy in it. It's very easy to go from very close to winning a game to all of a sudden losing, which makes it very exciting.
Yeah, I think that's an element that all of the TCG games need to have, to be honest. It's kind of dull if you can just sort of snowball the other person.
Right. It's not very often that you, like, it's very often that you will have, even if you're down to, like, 5 health out of your 30 health, that something might happen. Like, I was playing a game today, and a guy got me down to about 9 health. And I got him all the way down to 2 from 30, and he ended up getting a really lucky draw on a card and winning. But if he wouldn't have drawn that one card that round, I would have won. So,
it is the luck of the cards that always plays a large part. When you lose health, is that when you've got no cards on the deck and he attacks you directly? Is that how that works?
So no, not necessarily. You can attack the hero when there are cards on the table.
Okay.
With a free resource per turn. And creature, so yeah, Hacky says here, like Magic the Gathering, with no instance with a free resource per turn, and creatures can't automatically block. The creatures can attack any specific creature. So you don't have to like attack the creatures on the board unless they have a character, unless they have taunt, basically. Then that means
I actually have 0 experience with Magic at all.
Okay. Yeah, well, I really want to play Magic, but at this point, because I haven't gotten into it yet, I played like some on the Xbox 360, because I think that was a good entry point for a lot of people, but there's so much money for physical cards that I just I
was always a Yu-Gi-Oh man as a young lad.
Yeah, actually Hacky is really big into these card games, I know, because I think he's like a national champion at one thing.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what it was, but I know he's like he was big into some kind of card game, and really good
it's not Pokemon, right?
No, it wasn't Pokemon. He was the World of Warcraft TCG competitive player.
It's always
he's been to a bunch of
because there are massive levels of when you think you just got a deck of cards and some rules, but the levels of strategy to it. You know,
it's insane.
They're knocking MMORTS out of the water completely. They're so much more in depth, but there's no market. There's like so many have released over the last few years. Also, I cover these MMO games on a daily basis, and you do get the occasional CCG and TCG game come out, but they're just they're so shallow and they're so rushed, and pretty much the only objective is to spend all your money on fucking booster packs so they can get rich and the game's shit.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's really hard to find a market, but I think this Hearthstone is really going to catch on.
I think if any of them just comes up with just that little bit of quality and a little bit less focus on just trying to earn money,
right?
I think there's a match, because there's a lot of players that are still searching for one to call home, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And I personally, I'd love to give it a shot. Obviously, you were harassing me for a beta key, so if I got one, it had to go to you anyway. But it's definitely one I'm looking forward to try. I'll definitely pick it up when it comes out. Again, I'm not a Warcraft fan whatsoever, but I did enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot as a kid. There was another one I quite played that wasn't quite as popular.
Oh, I love Pokemon cards. I was all into Pokemon cards. Dude, I had like 1,000 Pokemon cards.
Oh, I had loads, but I never played it. I just collected them. Just playing it was shit.
Right.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Was really good fun. That was quite in-depth, and from what I've seen, a lot of it's very similar. What about when you're using ability? Does anything happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's got really good animations and stuff like that. The cards are very nice looking. Special rare versions of the cards have animations in the card background and stuff like that. So
when you use a card, does the monster come out of it and fight the other one?
Not really.
Ah, boo!
No, a lot of it is just like 2 cards knocking together. But what this means is that, like, even on my laptop, I can run it at very high resolution with a very good quality setting, and it looks really nice.
I did look at the graphics now, and I've got to say the art style is quite nice. It's all very, very easy. I was looking at some images of the sort of just the UI when you're actually playing the game.
Yeah.
And despite the fact I know nothing about it, I can see some very, very obvious similarities with other card games that have the numbers in the same place and the style is very similar. And so yeah, it does look like it's got all the right ingredients. Obviously, I've yet to play it, which kind of sucks, but I will get it, and then we can maybe stream some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Hacky's into these card games too, and he says Hearthstone will be probably the most polished digital TCG, hands down. And I think that's true too. Like, it is one of the most polished games. I mean, I really like the Magic card game on the 360 when I played it, and it's free right now for people that have gold. I think maybe for another like 4 or 5 days. So that's a pretty good thing to pick up. But yeah, it's just really easy. It's really addicting. I really would like more ways to earn cards for free. Because that's kind of the one downside, is like you have to either be really good in Arena, which you have to spend either $2 to get in or 150 coins to get in, which is a good 4 days of completing challenges.
Ouch.
Right.
Is that just for one match?
No, it's so the way that the Arena works is you play a game, right, and you can either win 9 times or lose 3 times, and then you open a chest, basically.
Okay.
And depending on how many times you've won, so if you went 5 and 3, you're going to get better cards than if you went 3 and 3, or if you went 9 and anything, you get the best amount of stuff. Basically, you win back your entry into the arena and some cards and stuff like that. Yeah, so you need 7+ wins to get your gold back on an arena.
See, that's horrible.
That's pretty rough. I mean,
I look at that, it's like you're gonna very rare. I'd say a very small percent of the population are gonna be good enough to get that money back.
Yeah.
How many people are gonna win more than 7 out of 9?
Right. The one thing that is nice is it's either $2 or $3. The one nice thing is that you will get a card pack out of it no matter what.
Yeah, but still, you cannot. Is there NPC battles or is it all PvP?
There is NPC battles, but it's only practice to get your hero levels up for all the different classes, and you'll get basic cards out of that. You'll fill your basic cards for each class doing that. But if you want to be competitive in Arena, basic cards aren't really going to do it, unfortunately.
So that whole, I was quite excited about it until that whole situation there, because the way I look at that is like, right, 7+ wins, so they're giving good players the opportunity to snowball. Doesn't matter how good you are in a game that's based on the power of your cards. If someone's cards are all more powerful than yours, you're going to lose.
Right. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but again, like you make money there's a challenge every day that gives you 40 gold, and it's 100 gold per pack. So you have to do basically 3 days of challenges, which is like win 2 games with something, with a priest deck or something. And really the way to do it, I think, is to get your gold and then head to the arena and try your luck there. Because it's either 100 gold for a new pack, so 3 days of challenges, or 150, which is, 5 days worth of challenges, where you will get a deck of cards, but you also will get some gold back no matter what. Like, I've had some pretty bad arena things, and I've still gotten like 50 gold out of it. So usually it's okay. It's a grind for sure, and it's definitely influencing people to buy more cards. But that's it's a free game. You have to do that some way.
Yeah, but that's what they've all done.
Right.
All of them. There's probably 3 or 4 I could name if I actually looked at this big sheet of games I've got. I'm not going to look at it, but they're all done exactly the same thing. Their main focus has been on encouraging people to spend money. Obviously, a free-to-play game still has to have a business model. It's still got to make some money. Mm-hmm. But it's the whole definition of pay to win. You're going to get more powerful cards if you spend more money.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that is nice is that if you have good strategy, you're not necessarily going to lose against the more powerful cards. It's definitely a help. It's nice. But it's not a guaranteed win.
That's the thing. It's an unfair advantage. I mean, it's like you say, what, $2 to enter, right?
Yeah, something like that, $2 or $3.
But I think, it's quite easy to throw $10, $20 at something just on a whim. You've got your bank card there, PayPal, whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah,
quite easy
dude.
for people to do that.
It is super easy to buy packs.
Yeah, but but there's some people out there that just can't, even if they want to, they can't. Whereas, say someone that's just working a 9 to 5, he's not well off, but he's not down in the dumps. He just thinks, fuck,
Yeah.
I'll chuck $20 on there. The amount that guy's got in that instance is going to take someone else a few weeks to be able to play that many times in Arena.
Right.
I
And
think
Hacky said here too, compared to Might and Magic Duel of Champions, Hearthstone free to play is a lot better. He says stuff like that, and he also said, "Hey, you can sell Diablo 3 items and buy Hearthstone packs through Battle.net too as well."
I'm not getting that whole Diablo 3 thing. That shit hurts my head.
I don't know if that's true. I might get back in. I might just load up my Diablo 3 thing and just sell all my stuff.
Dude, what's your level?
I don't know. I played. I was in the last difficulty, like halfway through, I think.
Because I got to level like 1.5 and turned it off. I haven't touched it. Literally, that's it. I went to the first Vital, got to this guy, and it just, fuck, this is crap. Turned it off.
Oh, there's a lot more to that game to see than just that.
Yeah, but it just weren't right. It didn't feel right. It didn't look right. Something just weren't right.
I don't know, dude. I think that's a little harsh. I think a lot of people are really harsh in that game because Diablo 3, like, at least I played it for a month and I had a really good time. I think I got my $60 out of it, and I think people are really, really harsh on that game.
Yeah, but it's all about the Era 37, dude.
Yeah, I know. That was one of my first articles that actually took off. They were at 37.
Oh, I love that shit. That was great.
Yeah, it was like...
When that happened, I was pissed off to shit until I saw Boogie's video, and I was like, nah, it's fine now. Everything's happy. Boogie done a video. It's great.
Yeah, Boogie also has done plenty of Hearthstone videos, too.
Oh, has he? I haven't checked his channel recently, actually.
Yeah, he's been playing some Hearthstone. He also had one where he bought the $50 pack of cards. So you can do you can do cards like buying through gold and going through Arena, but you can also just straight up buy packs. And I put $20 into it. Even though they say they're going to wipe everything after the beta, they will give you the gold amount that you've spent back to buy cards and stuff like that. So I figure with how much gold I'm going to earn and stuff like that, I'll buy $20 worth of cards just to see what's there, and then I'll be able to buy more anyways when I get back. So yeah.
Yeah, so that terrifies the shit out of me.
What's that?
I don't know. FIFA 13, you got the Ultimate Team where you can buy cards. Initially, I spent about £100 one night just because I was so pissed off. I sold my whole team in rage for it. I'm never playing it again. And 2 minutes later, like, fuck, I need to play it. Bought all these cards. I know. It's just that drive you get. Just that one card you're after. That one card to complete that strategy you've been building.
Yeah.
And you think, fuck it, 50 quid extra, I'll get it. You put the £50 there, it's like, no, and you hate yourself.
Now, the one thing that is nice, too, is so you buy 20 packs, right? You're going to get some doubles, right?
Yep.
So you can only play 2 cards per deck. So when you get more than 2 cards, you can actually disenchant cards, and that will give you like this dust stuff, ancient dust or whatever dust and stuff like that. And then you can use that dust to craft more cards. So this gives you a good way of, like, yeah, I spent money on these cards and I've got multiples of them now. This is bullshit. Oh wait, I can now use them to make new cards.
You would say again, the foundation of that is people spending money first.
Right. I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's not. I mean, it's free to play. They've got to make their money somehow.
You can do it without being a dick about it.
Right.
I mean, I'll reserve my opinion when I've actually played the game.
Right. Let's look at it this way. You spend $20, you get 20 packs of cards. That gets you a decent start on some really cool decks.
Yeah, but look at other games right now, like League of Legends, for example, Smite.
Yeah, well, League of Legends makes you buy every character, so I don't know if that's any better.
You can buy them all for in-game currency.
Yeah, after
It's not
fucking
that ludicrous.
But after
Actually,
grinding
no.
a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, thinking about it is quite a bitch. Yeah, actually, I retract that statement. Yeah, it's fucking ages.
Like, and if I'm enjoying it, which I have been, like, even through the practice mode, even through 6 or 8 hours of this game, I've been really enjoying even just the practice mode. I'm willing to put $20 into a game.
Yeah, but the $20 is fine. It's
Yeah.
when you think, another $20 won't hurt. And then you look at your transactions 6 months later, and it's like, shit, I've spent $3,500 on a stupid fucking computer game. Dude, the amount of money I spent on League of Legends, I bought a Nocturne skin like a premium one. It was cost a fucking small fortune,
Yeah.
and it was cheap. It looked great in the pictures when I was playing with it. It's like, wow, I prefer the original skin. And here's my favorite champion. I just killed it. I never spent a penny after that, but I'd spent about £200 before that.
Yeah. Master Fett earlier said, sounds good. Now I just need an invite so I can spend my money. Yeah, invites are going out very slowly. I know a lot of people that are just searching Twitch for keys and stuff like that.
Is Raptor still doing a giveaway on that? I know they were at some point.
I know they were. I don't know if they're still doing a giveaway on that.
I'll have a quick Google for him here.
Right. Hacky says they gave away all of their beta keys.
Oh, why did I know about that until it was done?
Yeah. But people are out there rolling out. They had a stream for it, which we should do if we get another. If we get another key, we should just be like Hearthstone beta keys.
If we get another key, I'll play, man.
Yeah.
I'd be hated.
Yeah, I know, but still, I don't know. I entered into the beta, and hopefully I get a beta key separate so we can give it away to somebody.
Yeah, I did sign up for beta with 3 different Facebook accounts that I use. And
there you go.
didn't get any luck. They're like, no, we're not stupid. We know who you are. I even emailed for press access. No,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people want to play that game. Master Fett said he's entered into the giveaway, and he just can't win. So yeah.
Well, this is it's a perfect recipe. It's a game that's going into a genre that basically has no competition really.
Right. I mean, you've got a couple of different
mainstream free-to-play stuff.
Right. You've got Magic the Gathering here and there, and Might and Magic, but none of those have really penetrated the market enough.
No, and obviously it's from Blizzard too, and so
right.
They know what they're doing, and they've got.
Right.
I mean, just the people on Battle.net alone that it's going to expose the game to is going to be quite a substantial number of people.
Yeah, and I did not think this game was going to be that good. I remember hearing the news at E3 when they were like, "Oh yeah, Blizzard's going to make an announcement about something that they're doing," and everybody was like, "Well, it's going to be this, it's going to be this, it's going to be this third-person shooter, it's going to be blah 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 blah," and stuff like that. And apparently, there's a game called Hex. I have no idea what that is, so I should check that out.
If I recall, very very iffy information. I believe that was a Kickstarter project. It's got a subtitle too. Again, I can see the picture in my face with a panda on it and a duck or a dragon or something. I don't know. Honestly, I can see the picture in my face. I'm pretty sure it was a Kickstarter project, and it went crazy. They wanted $200,000, and it got 1.8 million or something. It was a massive difference between how much they wanted and how much they got.
Hex is an MMO trading card game by Cryptozotic Entertainment.
Was it on Kickstarter? Did I get that right?
Yes, it was, and it pledged 300,000 as its goal, and it made almost 2.3 million.
I wasn't too far off the figures. It was a wide guess, but that's pretty damn impressive for a Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I'll have to check that out later. Like Hacky said, this is Cryptozotic, who is making it, was also the developer of the WoW trading card game. So
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, so there's some stuff in there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We can keep talking about Hearthstone, or we can move on.
We could probably move on, to be honest. It's been about half an hour now.
Yeah, I know, but these guys are really into this Hearthstone stuff. I mean,
I can't play the game. I'm sitting here thinking, fuck's sake, just keep winding me up about it.
I mean, maybe I should at least play some, in the background or something while we're...
Dude, if you want an excuse to play it, just boot it up, alright, and stop playing bitching about it.
Alright, I'll do that. But what else have I... Oh, I've also been playing... Another thing that I'm really excited about, that I've had a fucking blast playing. You want to know what it is?
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for the punchline there.
It's Rayman Legends. I can hear your disappointment already.
Which is when you're really excited. It's like Rayman Legends.
No,
excitement and Rayman does not go in the same sentence, and that's the word not.
Right. So, I need to turn the sound down on this shit if I'm gonna be doing this. Hold on 1 second here. Let me get this turned down first. Basically, what? Jesus Christ!
This is what happens when you try and be spontaneous.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, what was I talking about? Rayman Legends. All right, cool. So I bought this on the PC because I didn't think I was gonna get a copy for the Wii U. and I found a cheap copy on the PC doing stuff. And I was not very happy. I was not very happy with the PC version because I had played a bunch of the demo stuff and a bunch of the challenge stuff on the Wii U, and it seemed fun, right?
Yeah, but also PC, you don't have the whole thing with the Wii U.
Right, you don't have the touchpad, and that is really the downfall of the PC versions and the Xbox 360 and the PS3 versions, is that where you would normally be using the touchscreen to do stuff, you just press a button. And it makes it not as fun. I never thought I would say that doing something on a touchscreen or doing something with a gyroscope or something like that would be more fun than actually pressing a button, but it does. Like, there's sections where you have to like draw out pieces for a character to run through, and that is not fun when you like just have to time a button press with this thing going round and round and round.
Sounds exciting, to be honest.
It's not. But
I'm just trying to make some kind of conversation. I fucking hate Rayman.
Well, I think you should play one of the 2D ones first. And I think Rayman Legends is the one to buy because there's a whole section that's called Back to Origins, which gives you levels. I'm pretty sure they're from the original Origins.
I have played a 2D one. That's why I know I fucking hate Rayman.
Which one did you play?
I didn't know there was a 3D one.
Did you play Origins?
No, well, this was a long time back.
Okay, Origins was the reboot. That was the really good one. And I think Legends is the better one. And it's cheaper. Or not cheaper than Origins, obviously, now. But it's a really good game. And I think it's like $40.
Yeah, the last one I played was Rayman.
Okay, you played the original Rayman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you need to... I really think it's fun. It has a good sense of humor. The music is fucking fantastic. Like even the music in the menus is just really enjoyable.
Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of platformers. I don't like the character himself. I think he's retarded. And I'm not big on humor in gameplay. Very rarely do I like humor in games. So the three things you described there all put me off straight away.
Well, I mean, let me explain it to you this way. There's a level called What the Duck.
Okay.
Hilarious. And then at the beginning of the level, you get turned into a duck.
Wow.
And you play as a duck through that level.
That's supposed to be entertaining, is it?
It's very entertaining. Master Fest said, what about Conker's Bad Fur Day? You don't like Conker's Bad Fur Day? That was a good game.
It's not one I've played, but it's one that I looked at and thought, no, I'm not going to like that, mainly for the same reasons.
Oh, you're just a terrible person.
What?
You heard me.
How am I a terrible person because I don't like stupid games? I think there's one of Team Buddies. That was one that I liked that had humour in it. I bet you never know what that is, do you?
No, I don't know what that is.
So, you're stupid, you're rubbish.
Why am I rubbish? Because you don't like humour in video games.
You don't like Team Buddies. That is humorous.
No, it's not.
Yes, Team Buddies, you don't even know what it is. You just said that. Oh, shit.
You're shit. I played more Splinter Cell, and I know... Have you played any more Splinter Cell online?
I have.
Okay. What do you think? Like, did you get out of the basic stuff?
Yeah, they ruined it, dude.
What ruined it? No, they did not ruin it, dude. You don't even know. Did you get
fucking what?
Did you get out of the training stuff?
Yes, I've got out of the training stuff. I've tried the classic. I've tried the new modes. I've got custom builds in both Spy and the Merc. It's not the same. Even the classic mode they've put in it isn't the same.
Oh, come on! You are such a troll. Why? Of course it's not the same. It's not the same game. It's supposed to bring back the same strategy. You just sat here bitching about TCG and Rayman for fucking half an hour, right? Be quiet a minute. I wasn't bitching about it. I was saying how much I loved them, how much I liked them. If you let me
finish, as I'll get my point across. I don't like it, but I can see how people do like it.
Okay.
It's a lot more fast-paced. It's a lot more action-orientated than what the original one was, the one I played.
I think we need to get into a party and do the 2v2 classic mode.
Where we can... It's still not the same. They don't have... Cause it's just not the same. Something just doesn't feel... It's still not... It just doesn't feel right. None of it feels right. I don't know what's going on with it. The new modes, I really like the map. I think the map design was really good on all of them, all the maps I've played. You know, there was multiple entry points, multiple escapes. There was different ways you could hide. I was really impressed with the map design. There's too much in terms of what you get as a Merc and the Spy. There's just too much countering going on. There's too many soft counters going on. It just gets ridiculous. You know, it's like he should be able to kill me in one shot. I should be able to knock him out and run off. I don't want him to have several different types of viewing and, with infrared and all that shit. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I like it. No, I like the original better.
Well, what about the classic mode? You don't have all that stuff in classic mode. It makes the maps darker. It makes everything a little bit...
Yeah, well, my experience in classic mode isn't the best, mainly because I just seem to have been paired with a complete fucking idiot every time.
Yeah.
I really don't like it. I'm sitting there and it's like, right, okay. I say, you go over there and you start hacking that. I'm going to stand here. This is where they run in. They're going to run in and look your way. I'm going to take him out. He goes, okay. So he runs, presses the machine. They come out the alley. He runs straight towards them, past them, as I'm coming up behind them. So they turn around and shoot both of us. Mm-hmm. And I had literally people doing that kind of stuff every time. It just got so frustrating I turned it off. And I haven't seen you on there since. I probably would have jumped in with you and played.
Well, you just gotta talk to me, dude. You just gotta...
Well, I've been playing Final Fantasy.
Let me know what's going on.
Every spare minute I've had since I got that game, I've been playing it.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time since I got into an MMO. I missed that MMO bug. it's that leak listed. I'm sitting there and I'm tanking, and this guy's being an idiot, just doing stupid stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Lee. Shut the fuck up. You're wrong.
Right.
I'm on PlayStation, right? We're in the middle of a boss fight. This guy's been a total twat, and I take 2.5 minutes out from this boss fight where I'm supposed to be tanking to type, God, you're stupid. Literally 2.5, 3 minutes, and then we all wipe because I'm not tanking properly. And it's a bit ironic that I'm typing that, but it works. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I really had an enjoyable time playing with you when we did.
I don't think it's bad. I think people from the original. I mean, there is a lot of banter on the forums, people discussing between the original and the new one, and there is a very, very clear divide in the community there. The people that like the new one and people that like the other one. I can totally see the appeal to the new one. It is very, very fast paced. So sort of the COD era, if you know what I mean, the COD generation will enjoy it a lot more than what they would the older one.
Right.
I do think the people that get more appeal from a tactical point of view, more strategy involved, would have liked the original more, and I don't think they've done that justice with the classic.
Right.
But yeah, it's an overall fucking great game. Single player is amazing. Multiplayer is brilliant fun. It's just not as good as the original. So it's, to be fair, though, my expectations were really high. I've been hyped about that for a very long time.
Yeah.
I used to talk about that before they even announced it in Blacklist. When we talk about memories and that in game on the old episodes of the podcast and stuff. So, but yeah, it's I'll probably still play it. It's not one I'm just going to stop playing, but I don't think it's got as much depth as the old one based on the lack of strategy. And Ryan's entire part of the conversation for the rest of this episode is going to be as he's playing games in the background.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to play at least one game here because we did advertise that we are playing.
I didn't.
I did. I did advertise that we were playing Hearthstone, so I should at least play some Hearthstone here and there.
Podcasting, you can't expect people to listen to us the whole time. It's even something fun to watch. They're gonna hang around.
Right, for sure. What else? So yeah, Blacklist, right?
Yeah, we're moving on. Blacklist.
All right. What else have you been playing? I'm gonna stop here for a second because we're playing AI, so I have time to stop and.
That and Final Fantasy. That's all I've played.
Did we talk about more Final? You want to talk about how it actually plays and stuff, or
Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's. I think a lot of it, to be honest, a lot of the appeal that I'm getting from it right now is the fact that it's fresh and it's new because I'm playing it on console. Mm-hmm. I think if I was playing the same thing on PC, it probably wouldn't be as impressive. Mm-hmm. And it's because obviously, I've got quite a nice PC setup. Obviously, I work from home, so it's all quite posh and nice, but it's still not the same as just lying down half naked on your sofa, just sitting there with a massive TV and not a stress in the world. It's like when I'm on the PC, people can bug me about work, they can bug me about this, that, and the other. On the sofa, I'm in my own little world. I bought it on the PC for the girlfriend so she can just leave me alone too.
Right.
So I think without that, I'd say it's probably it's an above average MMO. It's not your typical run of the mill stuff, but there are so many complex subsystems in it. It actually. When I sat there reading about it, I had to come away from the game for 10 minutes just to process what I'd read in my head because it was literally mentally exhausting.
Right.
To try and understand what they were talking about. You've got Disciples of the Hand, which are crafts that create, and you've got Disciples of the Land, which are crafts that harvest, and you've got physical classes and magical classes, and each of those classes can have a subclass, so two classes can go together to create a job.
Right.
A job that then use different abilities from the class and the subclass. And that's just a class system. That's not even mentioning everything. There's so much like that in the whole thing. It's so in depth. It's too much sometimes.
Yeah, I mean the job system. I mean that's what it really was all about, was the job system and the class
it's great.
System.
Yeah, they do a good job on expanding on the one in 11. They've done away with that whole mob grind shit they had in 11. It's definitely a lot more appealing than that used to be. I do think they've tried to put their own stamp on the MMO just a little bit.
Right.
You know, they've got Lev quests and Guild Hide quests, and then they've got Link Shells and NPC guilds and normal guilds, but they've got their own stupid names for each and every one of them, and they could have just fucking called it an NPC guild and be done with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I think it's weird, because I think if you enjoy it for a month, you'll get straight into it and you'll love it.
Right.
But if you play it at the first week or two, you're going to be like, hang on, I need to get away from this. People are just going to disappear. How much stuff from PAX were we able to cover? We didn't go PAX, did we?
No, we didn't. Unfortunately, didn't get to go to PAX. That is one thing that I'm looking forward to going to next year. PAX is, it's the show of the people.
Where sadly
Really?
E3 completely cleared out the Game of Heroes bank. Done.
Yeah.
Dusted.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did clean us out pretty good. There was apparently a lot of hullabaloo. There's a guy from PAX that says really nasty stuff about trans people, and that has
Trans people.
transsexual people.
Right, I just want to make sure we were on the same line there. What, he said that at PAX?
Yeah, he's done it a couple times. He said some stuff about gay gamers, I think a couple of years ago, and that
Really?
and that stirred up. Yeah, and it's not something that you really should do as a major person that is trying to build a thing that a lot of people like. Their messaging is that it is available for everyone. That PAX is a place for everybody to come, and when you say things that are aggressive, then
And I'm all up for
doesn't look
aggressive
good.
comments. You know, I'm all up for
Right.
stirring some controversy and conversation, but just taking to the stage and taking the piss out of trannies and gays is a bit. That's beyond even me. And I don't really have boundaries to that extent. You know, that's quite. It's just out of place.
right.
If it was some other convention, not to do with gaming, but the whole thing about gaming is it can appeal to every walk of life.
Right, exactly.
Does it really matter? Your sexual preference doesn't really influence your taste in fucking video games, does it?
No, not at all.
At least I don't think it does. I'm not sure.
So, Mighty Number 9, Hacky said, I don't know if you've heard about this at all.
No, I'll give it a quick Google just to see if it rings any bells. No,
So-
it looks stupid.
Okay.
It's fucking Mega Man something in it.
Yes, it is. So, Kenji Inafune, the creator of Mega Man, who has outright said a couple of times that he wants to create a new Mega Man, and it just hasn't happened. Basically, what he's done is I don't know if he started a Kickstarter or if he did it some other way. I'm pretty sure it was a Kickstarter. Not positive. But basically what he's doing is he's doing something new called Mighty Number 9. And this Mighty Number 9 is basically Mega Man. It is the guy that is known for making Mega Man, is the guy that has made these games in the past, and he has been wanting to make one for a while, and now he's saying, well, I'm going to make my own Mega Man game then. If you guys won't let me do it, then I'm going to do it myself.
Right.
I think it's kind of interesting because he has made some comments in the past about Japanese development and how it's slowed down, and how making games that are very similar to the ones that they've made in the past is not going to move the video game industry forward. And then he comes out and goes, well, I'm going to make the game I've made 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. I just have nothing to say to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting. I don't want to necessarily call him a hypocrite because there's not a lot of Mega Man games out there. There's not a lot of Mega Man clones. There's a lot of JRPGs that copy the same thing over and over again. So maybe it's not technically a hypocritical comment, but at the same time, he's kind of adding to the problem that he was specifically pointing out. But the game, I mean, it'll be a Mega Man-like game. It'll probably be a pretty good Mega Man-like game, so I'm interested in playing it and interesting to look at it. I'm not a huge Mega Man dude, but...
No, not a big fan of that. I actually dislike Mega Man too.
Yeah.
Well, I dislike everything we've spoke about this podcast. Can we talk about something I enjoy so I don't look like a complete miserable bastard?
Well, I mean, so we have kind of already been in the news section, but let's move on to the news officially.
Are you going to do the jingle?
No. Heck said, bring us a topic. What do you want to talk about, Smith? You want to talk about how the Xbox One is awesome?
You want to start an argument? Let's talk about the Wii U again. That took up an hour and a half last time.
I like the Wii U. We could talk. Rayman Legends is fucking fantastic on the Wii U.
Okay,
I think that is.
We're on the news section, dude.
So what do you want to talk about?
I'll throw out some news stories, just a couple from our post.
Wind Waker HD looks fantastic. That's a Wii U thing.
We've been there. We've done that. We're not going here again.
Yeah, but there was a new trailer thing in Japan that came out.
Doesn't make it any better. We still spent an hour arguing over this last week.
Yeah. We use my giant DS, says Hacky, and I think that's pretty,
Yes, that's pretty true to what it is right now.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, every week, every Sunday, we do post an article detailing the hottest news, and we discuss a couple of the articles in the podcast, which you are listening to at the moment. There's not really much I was that bothered about, to be honest, this week. Personally, obviously, you had the Xbox One release date. I guess that was pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big from PAX.
Yeah.
It's after the PS4.
Big. It's before the PS4.
Well, it's before the PS4 in Europe.
Yeah, it's like, well, Xbox is releasing in the same day, all territories. PS4, no.
Right.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Which is interesting because the PS Vita did come out in Japan before it did it elsewhere, so I mean that makes sense. But they tend to be the more region-free, friendly system.
I see.
No.
We got a question on Hearth. I was just looking at that Hearthstone question. I wonder what he's talking about, and then I realised you've put up you're playing Hearthstone. That's why.
Yeah.
But let's run through the news here real quick, and you can sort of take a more Hearthstone stream approach.
Okay.
Discuss with these guys what you kind of think about the game and that further.
Real quick, no, I don't think that you should get a card and an extra mana, but whatever.
There we go.
Yeah.
Was I talking about anything?
Well, we were talking about hottest gaming news. We were talking about Xbox One.
Yes. In that post I just linked, you will see a 14-minute gameplay video for Watch Dogs, a 10-minute video for Assassin's Creed, and a short video on Dead Rising 3. Did you watch any of those?
Not yet. I mean, Dead Rising 3, I'm looking for.
Fantastic.
Oh, did it?
So I'm not even that much big of a fan of Dead Rising. I think it's repetitive, boring, but it looked awesome. I think the only issue is that it's jittery as shit.
Is it?
The frame rate drops are so obvious, and this isn't a gameplay trailer, so I think the game needs a bit more polish yet.
That could be.
But they're not going to release. There's no way they've released it that bad. It worried me a bit. They're going to put that out in an official trailer when it's the very least you can do is fix it in fucking Premiere or something. Just
yeah. I mean, I don't know. That sounds a little rough. Master Fett said, "If I can get just one PS4 game, what should I get?" Smith, you've got the PS4 pre-ordered. What's the one game you're looking forward to the most?
I can't answer that.
Why not?
Because that's just unfair.
What are you talking about?
I'm
not the PS4 guy. I don't have PS4 pre-ordered. I mean, Destiny looks good on all platforms.
Yeah, Destiny's would definitely be between 1 and 2. Destiny's looking very, very special.
That Infamous game looks alright. I don't know if that's at launch. Watch Dogs, dude. Fuck everything else, dude. Watch Dogs, especially after like that 15-minute gameplay last week. That game looks goddamn fantastic. I am so excited for that game.
There's a lot. 90% of me can't wait to get in. 10% of me is seeing patterns from Assassin's Creed all over it.
Well, no, that's what it is. I mean, you see patterns from Assassin's Creed, from Splinter Cell, from some of the other games that Ubisoft makes, and I don't think that necessarily makes it bad.
No, but again, it's not giving the concept enough credit in itself. The concept of the game is enough without having to borrow feet. Like, the towers in Assassin's Creed. Mm-hmm. And these little server rooms in Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, very similar. And Far Cry and a lot of other Ubisoft games.
It didn't really retract from the experience in Far Cry, but it didn't really give it anything either. They were just an annoyance, just like they are in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
If you're going to copy an experience or a feature from a previous game, don't copy one of the ones that's notoriously annoying. Well, why would you do that?
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. Like I wasn't really paying attention to what you said there, but
No, I know. This is why we don't play games while we're streaming.
well,
I'm not even conversation.
I'm not even
No,
really
I'm just it's my
playing it
voice.
right now. Yeah, I do.
I have a
Sometimes
boring voice.
I've been reading the chat, and I'm interested into who Hookah King is because, you know, hookah's my thing too. I like hookah, so I want to find out who that is. But sorry,
Full on stalker today.
there can only be one Hookah King. No, but what were we talking about? Like the towers. Like I think that's a good mechanic.
I don't.
I like that mechanic, and I think that they keep things interesting. Like it looks like Watch Dogs will do. Like you have a couple different ways of interacting with those things. You can go in stealth. You can do blah 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 blah. It's a way to fill up the game world with something interesting that makes you think.
Well, although I think the mechanic is dull and it's been done too many times, I think out of the 3 games, it does have the best way of bringing it across. You haven't seen the video in the news post, right?
I might have seen.
That's the 14-minute one.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's where they go into detail and actually taking one of those specific areas.
Yeah,
And that works out really
that
quite
looked
well.
good.
Yeah, you know, he's sort of done a bit of some stealth stuff in there, laid a trap down, got a guy to it, and then just went all crazy. So yeah, I mean, it looks good, but I still think it's a reused mechanic that should have been put in the game.
Sure.
What else have we got other than the videos? If you guys haven't seen those videos, by the way, if you're even remotely excited about Watch Dogs and you haven't seen it, watch it. It looks great. It sounds great. It's just, yeah, it's Watch Dogs. Everyone's looking forward to it. It's like a GTA 5 copy. We all want GTA 5 too, right?
Right.
There's GTA 5 screenshots, although personally I don't really care about screenshots.
No, the game looks fantastic, and it's just around the corner, though.
Yeah, you know, ever since Aliens, Colonial Marines, screenshots mean nothing to me. Even the video trailers for that one.
Well, no. Let's not lump everybody into the Aliens, Colonial Marines stuff.
No, it shows you how easy it is to doctor shit.
Well, yeah, but like a lot of the times, I mean, I trust Rockstar. I mean, I think they're a good developer. I think they've come up with all of the things that they've promised before in the past.
Well, I've never had a reason to mistrust Sega until they've done that.
Well, Sonic.
Well, I don't like Sonic.
Exactly.
I did as a child. I've grown up now.
Exactly.
I need more of a challenge than run across a fucking screen.
That's not.
Hacker's got a good point actually with Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, the trouble is you can't really get pre-release footage on Twitch, can you? They kind of come down on that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
What was that game we streamed that was actually released, but we got told off for it and the account was blocked?
Resident Evil 6. Fucking hot trash piece of shit game. And then we got blocked for it because I bought it at midnight, came home, went to stream it, and they're like, no, don't do that because we don't want press for our shitty-ass game.
Stupid bastards.
I hate fucking... They killed Resident Evil.
Not yet. Give it time.
That used to be a good game.
It will come back.
Actually, the one that they put out for DS was pretty good, and then they launched it on consoles.
I think my biggest thing with the whole company doing the pre-release of streams is like, I can't stand popular Twitch channels. If you've actually got something good to say or something productive to add to the conversation, you've got to try and squeeze it in between the 3,000 lines of complete retards just chatting shit about nothing important.
Right.
It's just horrible. It's like when I'm watching the Smite stream and there's a new god.
Yeah.
And one of his mechanics says it's wrong on the text and then the ability is something different. So I ask about it. And instead, all they see is a guy saying, can you take your top off again? Because it's a female streamer. And I just want to punch my face through the monitor.
Yeah. So Master Fett made a good point. We don't want people to know how bad our game really is. And I think that's what the Resident Evil thing was. They wanted everybody who was going to buy it at midnight buy it, no matter what.
Yeah, and just get as many sales as they could before the review sites rape the shit out of them. Did we actually bother reviewing that in the end?
I don't remember if I reviewed it or not, honestly.
I know we said on the podcast, it was literally like, don't buy it, we're not going to bother talking about it, we're not going to review it, just don't buy it. But I'm not sure if we actually got to review it in the end.
Yeah.
What else have we got in the news here? Moving on, because I think these guys want to see you play some more Hex. Gareth Bale, you know Gareth Bale?
No.
Well, that's how little soccer
Hearthstone,
there.
not Hex.
Whatever, I'm trying to move this along, alright?
Yeah.
Shit, it's because there's Hex, I keep seeing Hex in capital letters, and it's subliminally drilling it into my head.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at the Kickstarter, it actually looks really good. I'm gonna have to do some more reading up on that when we're not live.
Right.
Anyway, Gareth Bale, who's now the actual most expensive soccer player in history.
Okay.
That's how important that sport is to you retards over there. He originally played for Tottenham. He got transferred to Real Madrid, but the FIFA 14 cover actually had him in his Tottenham shirt. EA have announced that they're going to put him in his Real Madrid shirt, which makes this the first FIFA ever to launch in several territories without a Premier League player featured on the front cover.
Okay.
Which is, now everyone's kicking up saying they're trying to kick English football out of the fucking... It's all caused a load of shit, but it's just a cover of a football game. Nobody really cares. And Gareth Bale's face looks like a real monkey in game. I'll show it to you. I'll get a picture of it to show you. It looks like a complete monkey.
Okay.
What else have we got? Screenshots for Grid 2 fans. They just released free DLC in Demolition Derby mode. Again, don't play Grid 2. Not a big racing fan, but the screenshots are there if you want to see them in the post.
Yeah.
It's like Destruction Derby, the old PlayStation game. You ever play that?
No.
Wow, really?
Destruction.
Yeah. It's probably called something different over there, to be honest.
Probably was. Was it that? Was it that? What the fuck was it called? I mean, there was a game that like. There was what you were driving a car around and you shot shit and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was Reflections Interactive. Damn it, I can't see any different name on Wiki about it. Nope. So
Okay.
That's sad. That was a really good game for its time. Wouldn't float now. It was shit, but it was good in its time.
Right.
And Gran Turismo 6, there was an interview posted recently on the Sim Racing team's channel detailing over 2,500 square kilometer potential for user-created tracks.
Sure.
Again, not big on Gran Turismo, not big on racing games, but I suppose that's good news for the creative people that like to make their own tracks and shit.
Right.
Right, so that ends the news. That was such a discussion. You really killed this when you're playing a game.
I'm really sorry. Like,
it's very difficult for me.
I'm sorry. I just want to play Hearthstone.
What else do we usually do here? What's released this week? What's released this week, Ryan?
I don't know. Here, I can pull it up. But I'm in the middle of a match. You pull it up.
I shouldn't have to pull it up. You should be in a fucking match on a podcast. You've got 6 other days of the week you can live stream. Where do we get this information from? Rainbow Legends is already out. What day are we on? The 8th. NHL 14.
Really?
GTA 5 is on the 17th, isn't it?
Arma 3. Here.
Arma 3.
Juggle this shit. Spud's Quest, Arma 3, DuckTales Remastered on the 360, Sims 3 movie stuff. What else? Young Justice League? Metro Last Light on Unix?
Because this week just doesn't matter, does it? Cause
Puppeteer, that was a thing.
To my side.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing. Nothing really
that's
important.
what I said originally. Nothing.
Yeah,
Done.
NHL 14. Nothing. Huntsman the Orphanage.
Yeah.
I'm not really.
Everyone's saying how wicked the indie thing is now. Don't get me wrong. It's great. People are getting more opportunities to express themselves, but at the same time, there is so much shit that comes out of the indie scene. It just fucking hurts. Mm-hmm. So Steam Greenlight has become a wash with random crap.
What else? And then what's your pick of the week then? What do you want?
NHL.
Young Justice Legacy for the 3DS. That's what I'm going
Can you still fight in those games?
Killzone Mercenaries. That's kind of an important game that's coming out for the Vita. I mean,
Can
it's
you
probably
still
not going
fight
to be
in the NHL games?
I don't know. Probably. Does anybody really care?
Well, literally, me and my mate used to play it, and it's just try and start fights. That's all we did.
Uh-huh.
For hours on end, we never actually played, but that'd be quite fun to see what that's like with new graphics, if they still do it.
Right.
Then we move on to the questions. We haven't got any questions per se from our Facebook community, but if any of you guys have got any questions about the site or about who we are, what we do, feel free to post. If you've got any questions about Hearthstone, give us about 30 seconds. I'll piss off, and you guys can chat to your heart's extent. We do have an issue with Alex, one of our regulars, Ryan, because apparently you're not uploading the podcast as an MP3 to the website anymore.
No.
So he's missed 8 episodes, one of our most dedicated podcast listeners. So what do you say to that?
I say sorry.
No, you say you're going to upload MP3s to the website.
All right, I'll upload MP3 to the website.
Good, I can tell him that's sorted now, so he doesn't. He missed 8 episodes, man.
I don't think it was 8 episodes. I think that's a little over the top. I think it's more like 4 or 5. But yeah,
that's like 50% of our listener base there.
Yeah, no, I've been kind of slacking on the MP3 stuff, and that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, slacking. No, you're screwing over our regulars for these Twitch bastards, these fickle Twitchers.
I like Twitchers though.
They bounce between their twitchiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have silly. How do you do all those silly faces on Twitch?
Ah.
I like the monkey face. Oh, is that just for subscribers?
I think so. I don't know. You can do.
Bastards.
I'm not big into the Twitch chat. I just like to watch people say stuff and giggle about things.
I don't know. I get an awful. It hurts my opinion of society when I watch Twitch too much.
Right.
Just the stuff people talk about. Honest to God, just as soon as you get a female streamer, it doesn't matter what's going on, what she's playing. She could be the most talented gamer in the world.
Yeah.
The entire conversation log is full of boobs.
Right.
It's just funny. And you get the people, normal men, and they're like, "Oh, you're fat, or your hair's bad, or you've got a big nose." It's like, seriously, what the fuck? Oh, there's a link. I need to save this. Nobody told me anything about this. Come on, Ryan, what are you doing?
Link about what?
There's a ninja monkey. Holy shit! I didn't work. What am I doing wrong?
Everything. You're doing everything wrong.
Oh, that's a Twitch Turbo one. Fuck it. I want the ninja monkey. Bastards.
I don't want to waste this.
That's ruined my day. Oh, and
I
he's
could
got
have done that on that. That was a mistake. I'm sorry. if
Right,
anybody-
anyway, seeing as Ryan is quite obviously into the Hearthstone here and not actually bothering about my company, I could have been playing
I'm
Final
bothering
Fantasy
about
the
your
whole time.
company.
I could
I
have been
like
Final
your
Fantasy.
company. I love
wanna
you,
be here.
Smith. Can I be with you?
No, look, he's putting the ninja monkey in there to wind me up now. Look,
I want to be with you.
fucking Twitch community, bastards.
You were nearly adopted, Twitch. I was born in it.
What are you doing?
I'm losing very badly.
What, to the AI?
No, I'm playing somebody. But
I
I'm
was
not
gonna
really.
say.
I'm not really paying attention to either of them right now, so that's just not going well.
I'm assuming you're the one with full one and he's the one with 4 cards out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not good.
I need to get rid of some of this, but this.
Oh, you got a Tundra Rhino.
Yeah. He's.
You attack the one with the big defense? What are you doing?
I probably should have just attacked the fucking hero if I was going to do anything correctly. To be honest with you,
Why did you destroy your own card?
because I wanted to. I didn't want him to be healing. Like that card had heal. See, each card has like a thing. Give battle card. Give a minion +2 attack. So this one has +2 attack and it's enraged. So everything's just wrong. It's just got 10 damage now. I'm just fucked.
Nice. I would definitely play some of this with you because it does seem like it's a bit up my TCG alley. Once I get a key, obviously, which could be sometime, or open bait, which I'm told is supposed to be soonish.
Yeah. It's and he just healed himself for 8. So I'm done.
It's Blizzard times, so soonish can be
Right.
when the fuck ever.
The rumor is next week. But
Yeah, well, what happened to that game they were developing? It was a rumor.
yeah.
Vanished and then came back again and vanished again. Project something or other.
Project Vanguard.
No, why would it be Vanguard? That's already an
I don't
MMO. That was just a potluck guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking special. Well, anyway, I suppose that would end our typical Suck My Controller live stream as we sort of transfer into a Hearthstone live stream. I guess.
I don't know. Like I'll probably reset the stream so that I can put this full screen and move some stuff around and stuff like that.
Okay, well that sounds good. So if you guys want to stay around and chat some shit about Hearthstone with Ryan, obviously you're more than welcome to. He's going to sort his screen out and make it look a bit more jazzy and get my box out the way and stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the
you
Suck
want
My
to talk
Controller.
with me while I stream?
No, I've got better things to do than sit here and watch you play a game
You
that
don't
I
have to
can't
watch
play
me.
right
We
now.
could just talk and we could just hang out and have fun and friends.
Oh, fuck that, dude. Right, it's like you're playing a single player RPG on your PlayStation, yeah, and you invite your mate round to sit there and watch.
No, I just thought we would talk.
I want to talk to you. I want to go play.
All right. Well.
Hang on, we've got some shameless plugs because we've got some people in here right now.
Yeah.
We don't usually have that many people. If you're not familiar with the website, gamersheroes.com, we specialize in reviews and guides. All of our reviews are brutally honest to the point of where we regularly piss off developers and publishers. So, if you want to read some reviews that don't...
Dark.
Dark, yeah, Dark got totally raped. Yeah, that didn't get down very well. I haven't heard from them since, actually. I don't get PR emails anymore, so yeah, anyway.
Did they remove you off their PR list?
I think so. I've not had anything since. They're usually quite big, so... Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That happens, dude. So yeah, thanks for the link there, Hacky. I probably should have done that myself. As you can see, we're very professional in the way we do things as well. And very organised. Brian just decides to just fucking stream a game halfway through and ignore everything I'm talking about.
Well, that's what we were... But I wasn't ignoring what you were talking about. I was just like, that's what the people wanted to see. They wanted to see Hearthstone. I'm a man of the people.
Fuck the people, alright?
Oh, dear God.
Shit. See, I say that and he booksmarked the site there. I feel like a dick. Jeez. Anyway, what else do we do? We do some cosplay every Wednesday. Casey Sheld.
Casey Sheld.
Most awkwardly spelled
like a
surnames
shell.
in history. He does a cosplay article every Wednesday. We've had recently Hatsune Miku, Dragoon Armor from Final Fantasy, and the Last of Us cosplay. That was really gross, that clicker.
What's that?
the clicker cosplay that he put up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
That's a little nasty.
Yeah, but he has those up every Wednesday, so make sure you check that out. He's also one of our sort of more regular reviewers, so make sure you check the reviews tab. We have new games and reviews and that all the time. Recently, Killer is Dead, Hatsune Miku, Tales of
Zillia.
Yeah, Payday 2, DuckTales, all that stuff. DuckTales, God, that game. Joke. I
don't think it's a joke. I just don't think it's a great game.
No, could you add the proper review table to your Dark review?
No.
But basically, what we do when we do a review for a game, we do certain sections like most sites do. Well, Dark was so bad, Ryan couldn't even be bothered. He just put 4 out of 10 and left it. Didn't even fill in the rest of the field. That's how bad it was.
Well, no, I wanted to. We can talk about this now if you want to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll let you play away.
No, the one thing I really want to get away from that, as reviews move forward, I think the breaking it off into sections like gameplay, sound, audio, stuff like that isn't a good way to review a game.
I totally disagree. I believe one site started that fad, a bunch of people followed, and now people think it's the norm. I completely disagree.
Well, you're not even letting me talk about why I think that
you have to have sections.
Why?
There's certain aspects of a game that can be amazing, while other aspects fall off. And for someone that's reading the guide to make an educated choice on whether they purchase it or play it or rent it or whatever,
well, I'd rather them read my text and explain those things in the review than to have a number at the bottom that arbitrarily means nothing.
Yeah, but if they read through the entire review, if they don't read the review and just look at the number and forget it, then fuck it. If they waste their money, they're retarded. The whole idea of the review is to educate you on what you do. But say it's like
right, but you're not educating anybody by saying that the sound is an 8 instead of a 7.
Yeah, you're letting people know. Well, there's some people different things. It's like for me, graphics aren't that important. For someone else, they're vital. If it's not got good graphics, they're not bothered. So you can sit there the whole review and say how great the game is.
And how great! I mean, if the graphics are really your thing, why wouldn't you be talking about the graphics? Or if the graphics were subpar or really good in a game, why wouldn't you talk about that in the text of the game?
Well, because our reviews aren't 20,000 words long.
And I've talked about graphics in a lot of different of the things that I've said. I mean, my DuckTales review, I talked about how things looked in them.
In them.
In the game.
Yeah, see, that game's a perfect example. You give it an 8 for art and an 8 for soundtrack. So in terms of nostalgia, that's pretty much enough of what people remember from that game.
Right, but I said that.
Yeah,
but I said that
it's also
in the review. But why does it have to be there? It's just arbitrary. It doesn't mean anything. I've already talked about the experience of the game. I've already talked about what I thought the experiences was like and what people should know about the experience. And in my review, I talk about the soundtrack and about how things look. But I also talk about how the sound effects don't work very well and the voice acting isn't very good and all of those things.
It's a summary of your opinion at the end of the article put into a nice little box.
But the summary, I just don't agree with it. And I don't think a lot of the industry agrees with that either.
No, again,
I'm not talking about...
It changed a little bit. A couple of sites like, no, we're not doing it anymore because this, that, and the other.
Who's just the couple of sites?
It was the big... Obviously not now. A lot of sites do it now. But I think the cock one.
What?
It's either Cockatoo or Cockatoo. You know what I'm talking about? The one I can't pronounce properly.
Kotaku?
Yes. Yes, I always say it's cockatoo. I don't really know why. It doesn't come out properly. There's a couple of big ones that have done it, and then all the little sites have basically, rather than reinvent something themselves, have just said, no, that's the right way to do it, so we're changing it now. I have actually got something in the works for the review system. I don't know if I've even talked to you about it yet, have I?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, you have. See that to you, that's a side, despite the fact you're giving complete transparency on your personal gaming background. That's a bad thing.
No, I just think it's nobody's going to read it, and it's kind of like an extra thing that's going to be at the bottom, and I don't think anybody's actually going to care.
Well, nobody even cares about our reviews. What makes a fucking difference?
Well, I'm just saying that, like, I don't know, like an overall review. When I write a review, I want people to read the text.
Well, nobody writes for someone not to read it.
Well, I mean, I think by putting those sections at the end, that is encouraging people to just skip to the bottom.
Well, no, it's not.
Well, why not? They get everything that they want. I wanted to know what the gameplay was like. I wanted to know what the audio was like. It's just a very outdated way of thinking about reviews. It's a very, I mean, really outdated by now. I mean, most sites had gotten rid of it by like 5, 6 years ago. Because everyone else is
doing it, that's right.
Well, no. But the obvious trend is that doesn't make for a good review.
Well, that's the trend. People that are not trendy.
Do you know why trends are good and why people get attracted to trends? Is because they are trends, because a lot of people like
you know what
that.
Trends are? Trends come and go.
I don't. But this isn't a trend that comes and goes. This isn't a trend that comes and goes. This is something that has proliferated the people that are reading these sites. This is the things that they want to see.
The very definition of trend is it's going to go.
Not necessarily. No, that is your definition of trend. That is not the definition of trend.
Bite me. As far as response to that, okay. Now, Final Fantasy is waiting for me. Right, if you want to come up with an idea of reviewing a game that's actually unique and not just copying someone's prior ideas.
I'm not copying anybody's
prior
ideas.
You're just removing it because that's what everyone else does because they think.
No, I'm removing it because I don't like it, and I gave you examples of why I don't like it, and then your response was no.
Bite me. Exactly.
Bite me, but it didn't. You don't have an argument. You just have an argument of that's what everybody else does. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about why people write reviews. I'm talking about why people read reviews. I'm talking about where our reviews should go in the future.
Okay, I'll give you another example, right? These sites that write a review, just these sites that have this no review table at the bottom, right? You know nothing about the writer. You don't know how much experience he has in that franchise.
What does that have to do with my argument?
And
maybe I do, because I've followed a lot of the reviewers that I read. Yeah, I know what
the average person doesn't do that.
But you just said I don't know.
No, I'm giving examples.
But you're giving examples to an idea that you had that I don't know is good or not. But I didn't say no.
I'm just saying
it's irrelevant to the idea that I proposed to you.
The very core of a review is getting someone's opinion. That opinion means a lot more to you if you know where they're coming from. You know, I could rate a game on the PS3. Say I've never played a PS3, right? I pick one up and rate a game, and I say how bad the controls are, without telling that person specifically or giving them some kind of information on my lack of experience in that genre. They're going to take that as a PlayStation 3 Pro has found the controls to be poor. Just a plain ass review with text isn't going to work.
What does that have to do with my argument?
That's what you want, a plain review with text.
No, you're talking about two different ideas. You're saying that my idea is invalid because of the idea that you had when both of them can exist in the same world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that the review table, it caters to both worlds. People that are stupid enough just to think, fuck it, I'm going to flick through, have a look at the score and move on. I mean, yeah, they may get lucky and they may agree with it. They may not. But it's like, you know, I mean, I'm not a big reviewer. I don't read a lot of reviews from a lot of different sides. But if there's a game I like and I'm thinking, right, I'm a bit on the fence about it, I'll go to a site and I'll read a review, whether they've got a table or not. I'll read the whole review because I'm there to see if the game's any good. I'm there to get that person's opinions on the features of the game.
I just don't think you understand the mindset of a lot of people that do read reviews constantly. I don't think you understand the community that is looking for reviews. I think you're going off of your personal experience and you're not looking at what people actually are out there doing.
I do. I work in the industry 5 days a week for the last 5 years.
Right, but you just said you don't read a lot of reviews. You just said reviews aren't your thing, that you don't pay attention to reviews a lot of the time.
People that own a fashion brand don't necessarily wear fashionable clothes. You can look into a certain aspect of something and not You don't have to do it yourself to be knowledgeable about it.
No, like name one fashion brand that isn't into fashion.
No,
If you're going to bring that argument in, name me one fashion line that isn't into fashion. Right here, right?
Okay. I sell a vegetarian health product as part of my living,
and you don't know a fucking thing about it.
Fucking thing about it. Okay, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say to you. There are people, CEOs,
and that is so popular based on other ones that have actually looked into the community, know where to go for those things, and have understood the ideas around that.
Yeah, but you can research without doing it. That's what research is.
But you're never going to be you're never going to be the biggest thing around. You're never going to be that important of a voice in that community if you are not into those things, if you're not passionate about those things. I'm very passionate about reviews. I read reviews from a lot of different sites all over the place. I look at comments from people. I look at what I watch panels about reviews and what reviews should be in the future. And yet you don't listen to me.
No, if you just it's just conforming to the majority.
It's not conforming to the majority. It's conforming to what people want to see. Should
we just do what the rest of them do and just change our reviews?
No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. And that's not what my argument is. My argument is what people want to see in reviews in future. They want to see, is this game worth my time? And knowing that the audio is 8 instead of 6 does not necessarily tell them if a game is worth their time playing. Because it's not necessarily money anymore. It's not necessarily if this game is free or if it's $60. It's going to be, am I going to enjoy my experience with this game? And I think that like an overall score at the bottom with an extensive text is a little bit better than people putting time into, is an audio an 8 or a 7, and not putting that time into just describing their experience with the audio in the channel.
It's about 20 words at the bottom.
That's a lot.
What?
You've seen our reviews.
Yes, I know. I write the longest reviews on the fucking website.
Right, and they kind of drag on. But that's not my point at all. That's is that I don't think that table tells people anything. And I don't think most people are looking for that kind of table.
But if they're not looking for it, they don't have to look. But it's there for those that do.
But they're not looking, and that's the problem, is we need to find a way to make them look and make them read and make them follow people and make them understand our thought process and do all of those different kinds of things.
Well, if everyone knew how to do that instantly, there'd be a million popular websites.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to get across. That's what I'm trying to help grow. I'm trying to make that more of a conversation and less of a number at the bottom.
Well, but we'll get there. But right now, it's 1:30 in the morning. I've not had a cup of tea for 2 hours, and I'm dying for a cigarette. So we're going to have to delay this conversation until next time. We'll start this conversation at the start of the next stream.
Yeah.
That way it makes more sense then, rather than at the end when I need to piss and have a drink and have a cigarette and play some Final fucking Fantasy.
I'm going to chalk that up as a win for me.
Oh!
Win by default because you want to leave.
No, I don't think that counts. No, I'm going to have to... See, this is why I want to be in control of the stream, so I could just say I win and then press the offline button.
No, you don't get to do that.
No, I don't. Maybe I could change the password and kick you out or something.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No. Can I not just cease all activity? Maybe get the... No, that's not going to work either. Well, we'll chalk this up as to a
discussion to have in the future. I think it's a win for me in round 1. I came with arguments. You came with no.
No, it's fuck off. I'm not going to debate the whole foundations of the fact that I've spent years researching this and you've come along.
You have not researched shit on reviews, dude.
See, that's what
you
have
not researched fucking shit on reviews.
Just be quiet, okay? I'm going to have a cup of tea and a cigarette. Thank you all for watching and listening to us, bitch. This is genuinely what happens with 90% of our podcasts. We start off semi-informative and then just end on a mindless rant for about an hour. We bitch and argue and never actually agree on anything. I don't think, ever.
No, we agree on stuff.
Really? What was the last thing we agreed on?
Splinter Cell's good.
No, I mean the typical issues where we had the whole sexist argument with males and females in the industry.
No, you agreed with a lot of the stuff that I said that.
Yeah, I agreed with a lot of stuff. I also
and I agree with you.
Overreacted.
I agree with you a lot of the stuff, a lot of the time too. When we talk about like the Twitch chat and how ridiculous that shit is, like, and how like anytime there's a female broadcaster, I mean, the only thing that they talk about is like boobs. And it's just like, no, let's watch the game, and she can be pretty if she wants to be. I don't fucking care about that. I just want to watch the game.
Agreed. I didn't press my mute button in time for that burp, did I?
No,
Sorry about that.
that's all right.
Yeah, there we go. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the new people, and I think we've got 1 subscriber as well, I think.
Yeah.
Holy shit, if we move at the speed like that, dude, we're going to have like 100 followers in like 6 years. Fucking excellent. Thank you for watching again. Thank you for subscribing. Facebook.com/gheroes. We answer all the questions. If you've got any ideas about a new review system, if you have opinions and stuff, we offer complete freedom of speech on the website and on the Facebook, as long as you don't just go.
As long as you're not swearing a lot.
Yeah, nothing about religion or that dirty political stuff. Anything about gaming, you're fully entitled to opinion. You can post it. We'll have a conversation. We'll bitch and chat. I'll delete your comment if you're beating me, because I like to win.
Thank you, Mr. Fed. He said he's going to try to bring some friends next time. That would be really awesome. I mean, if you do like what you see, or if you had fun with us, please, share us with your friends. That would help us out a lot.
I can't believe they stayed here for the entire bitching argument about the review system. That's quite impressive. Even I wanted to leave, and they were still here. That really is impressive. So you're gonna cut this down and bring off a Hearthstone stream, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. They've been sitting there the whole time. You got to give them a bit of gameplay.
Yeah, I'll give them a bit of gameplay at least. I would really like some help from you guys if you've been playing Hearthstone, at least in building a deck. If you guys will stick around and chat, I would love to get some of your guys' thoughts on building a deck, because I'm not very good at this game.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I will go grab some food real quick. It would take me about 5 minutes. I'm going to get another glass of wine, a little bit of food, and I will be right back as soon as I can. I'm just going to shove some in my face.
Okay, sounds good. Next week, guys, same time, 7 p.m. EST, 5:12 midnight even, GMT. So if you want to come watch us again next week, same place, same time, same faces, same bullshit.
All right.
See you then.
See you guys.